Hey first grade, welcome back to school. I'm so stinking excited about you coming to see us again in the Media Center to check out your AR books. And I know you're getting ready for that, and I cannot wait to see you. Now, I wanted to go ahead and give you a tour and a refresher of our library. So, come on, let's do it. All right, guys, so you see, welcome to our library. When you come for the first time, of course, you won't have a book, but once you check out your book, you know that you come in and you stop to check your book in. You see that big hand and that big stop sign? That's just a reminder for you to stop and check your book in. So once you bring that book back, you're going to come here at this little station. You are going to put the barcode under the red line, just like this. Listen for the good sound, and then place your book down here on the shelf before you go any further. Now, you will go open your folder to your map. Look to see what levels that you are able to read right now. You may also ask me, Miss Scarborough, or Miss Suttles. Miss Suttles?
Hello.
Miss Suttles is my new assistant this year. I'm so happy to have her. So you can ask us to help you find a book until you get used to it. Now you know, guys, that all of the pink dots are on the ends of each shelf. You see they have the frogs on the shelves to help show you what the levels are. Now, if you are in the red dots or higher, then you're going to go in the middle from SpongeBob all the way over to the plant on the end down there in the middle. Those are all the red dots or higher in picture books. Now, many of you love the nonfiction section, and you can also come back here. I would suggest that you get used to taking tests again before you come back to the nonfiction section. But the nonfiction is this entire back wall. Now, there are leveled books from red dots and on up in the nonfiction section that you can read. The tests are going to be a little bit harder on these books because they are about real people, places, and things. So remember, when you make your selection, I really want you to pay close attention to where you get your book. Use your folder as your place marker. So you will take a look when you find a dot that you want to look at that's colored in your folder. You're going to place your folder right here on the shelf, right beside the book. Leave your folder and then take the book off to look at it. I want you to always look at the book to make sure that it's not too hard for you. It could be in your level and still be too hard. So look at that book before you bring it to check it out. And if you don't want it, then your folder has been placed there to mark that book's seat. And you can put that book right where it belongs. Because, you know, every book in our library has a seat, just like you do in your classroom. Now, I want to show you something really new and cool in our library. It's not quite finished. We are still working on it at this time. But this is our new reading center. And it is really neat because it's like a camping theme. So you will be able to be granted permission by your teacher to come hang out in our reading center. You can crawl in the tent and you can turn on the lantern and read your book. You could sit on this nice little park bench and read your book, or you could kick back in our Adirondack chairs and read your book. Cool, huh? So the biography section is still back there behind the tent where it always has been. And once you have selected your book, you make your way over to the checkout area Now you guys in first grade, you probably don't need to step on that stool anymore. And so then when you come over to the checkout area, myself or Miss Suttles will be around to help you and help remind you. Please remember, scan your folder first under the red line, folder first, and then your book. You want to scan your folder and then make sure your name comes up on the computer. And you will probably also have a picture pop up on that computer before you check out your book. It's very important to do folder first because you need your book checked out to you, not someone else. Now, let me talk to you a minute about book care, taking care of your books. It is very, very important that you take care of your books because, well, you know, they do cost money, and we have to purchase these books, which I love to do. I love buying you guys books, and I love getting you new books that you love to read because I want you to love to read. We want you to love coming to see us in the Media Center. So here are some examples that came to me last year. Now, you see how this spine is all torn up? Please take care of your book. Don't sit around and tear up the spine of your book. And the back cover, look how terrible. This really looks like someone's dog got a hold to it and chewed it up. So the safest place for your books while you're not reading them is in your book bag, in the big pocket in your book bag. So please keep your books away from all of your pets and your babies, maybe little brothers and sisters, because you know they tend to like to write in the books. So I don't really want you to have to bring me a book that looks like this, and no one else wants to read a book that looks like this. Now, here's another one where the spine has been torn off because someone sat around with nothing to do, tore the label. Do not tear the label off. That label is very important. It tells the computer that you want to check this book out and the name of the book and when you checked it out, and it also helps us know that we have the book in our library. Do not tear off the labels, please, nor on the spine or the front of the book. Now, this book, look at that. Look at how someone decided that it was okay to color all in this book. Now, this is a real nice Berenstain Bear book. I can't put this back on the shelf because I don't want our kindergarten kids thinking it's okay to scribble in these books. So they can't get a hold to these books. They will think it's okay to write in them. Please look at that, keep all of your books away from crayons, pencils, scissors, glue, baby brothers and sisters, cats, dogs, pigs, elephants, I don't know what your pets are, goats. Please keep your books in your book bag in a really nice, safe place. Another thing I want you to remember, see, scribble, scrabble. I had to remove this nice book off the shelf because someone scribbled all over it. Also remember, do not put food and drinks in the same pocket of your book bag. Now here's an example of what I'm talking about. This book bag has, and most do, have these netted pockets on the sides, actually on the outside of the book bag. That is a great place for you to put your drinks and your snacks, because if you will open up the big pocket on the inside, you will have a good place in there to put your books, and then they will be away from your books. So if you put drinks and snacks in these outside pockets, or even this one out here if you don't have the netted ones, if you happen to, your drink happened to spill open, or you know, accidents happen sometimes. You know what I've had happen? I have had kids take bananas and fruit from the cafeteria and stick them down in that big pocket with their books and then forget about it for 2 or 3 days. And guess what happens? That banana will rotten and turn black and get nasty, and so will your books. And that is a terrible thing to happen. Nobody wants to read a book that's turned black and nasty because rotten bananas all over it. And I know you wouldn't want to read a book like that either. So make sure you put your books on the inside of your backpack, and then place your snacks and your drinks in the outside netted pockets of your book bag. That will help keep the books clean and nice and from getting wet with drinks. I don't know how many times I've had students bring me a book that all the pages are pink because their red Gatorade spilled on their books. They put it in the wrong pocket and did not close it good, and that happens sometimes. Something else that's happened is leaving it out in the rain. Make sure you don't take your books outside and leave them in the rain. That book is ruined. Make sure you keep your books in your book bag when you are not reading them. All right, guys, that's a good refresher over all of our procedures in our library. Now, I hope you will remember, and I hope you will help me take care of the books. Now, if you happen to check out a book from the shelf and see that pages are torn, or that someone has written in it, or that it's got nasty stains on the pages, please bring it right back to me or Miss Suttles and let us check it in, because I don't want you to get blamed for someone else's accident. Okay? So I need your help. I need you to help me and Miss Suttles. We need your help. We need you to help us take care of our books this year so that they will last a long, long time. And I can't wait to see you. So hurry up and get in here and check out your books. Take care.